this, but I could say ad hoc what things worked really well. And that was, and I think this is true in most things, it's better to have an A team and a B idea or a C idea than an A idea and a B team. So I had the chance in Boston. The problem with Boston is it is evil and it is competitive, and whoever you're working with, it's hard to know what factors led to that relationship, because there probably were something shady involved at some point, or something manipulative, like, oh, he's young, I'll take his thing or whatever.
Right.
Let me collaborate with him, and then I'm going to turn into him.
Right.
That mentality is present. But the
No names mentioned.
Okay. No name. I haven't mentioned any names yet. But there's more of that mentality there than there is here. But the one thing that's worked really well is when the personalities match. And I think this is the same in any business. If two people are excited about something genuinely, and you actually like feel like a kid, not a kid, but you're like, this is actually something I want to do. Even though I don't know what the financial interest is for me, I don't know how many papers I'm going to get from this, I don't know. All I do know is that my students can have a cool project. So, and then that's the second key thing, is it's one thing if two people have a great idea. If nobody's going to do it,
Right.
it doesn't do any good. And if only one side of that interaction is interested, it's still not going to work. Because it'll be like putting electricity into the log. That other side's just
Right.
not going to respond.
Right.
So when I get a fun feeling with a PI, first question I have is, what student or postdoc of mine is going to have the same feeling and time to do something about it? Because if they're not going to put momentum or any effort into that, so it's almost like a funding portfolio. I would fund the bigger project, but they have to sub-fund their effort. And if there's none of that, then unfortunately my idea doesn't cut it.
So you have to learn how to work with people.
Yeah, a rally around vision.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't this be cool? And then look where it could go. This could then help you do that.
And then you have to help them to feel like they're empowered to do something.
Yeah, that's hard. Especially, so it grew naturally in English Garden. My lab in Boston, I just came back from there. There's the last remaining 5 people are finishing. And it's like, I don't have to do anything. It's like I evolved its own brain.
Right.
And they learned this process is, John's going to go out and find somebody. Why don't I go out and find somebody?
Right.
Because I want my idea. Like,
Right.
so they're learning from me the same process, but now I've skipped a layer. I'm going right to the source and having them go out and give them the freedom to go find. That's the goal here, is to literally be right here, and hopefully they'll come to me and say, hey, check out this idea.
Slightly different paradigm than what you're describing in Boston.
Yeah. Where there it's like, this is my project, I'm going to own this territory,
Right.
do not touch me, and if you do, I will swing. And it's.
Are you finding that?
But I never swung. I was the little puppy in Boston, so everybody's like, oh, he's safe.
You say, well,
Yeah.
but you know, I mean, there's a mode of operating that way where you fly below the radar. But
Exactly.
on the other hand, you know, now you've established this in a sort of. Are you finding that the people are self-selecting, or the people that you're recruiting have similar ideology in how they want to work with people?
Right now it's hard because I made a fresh transition here, because it's a whole new objective, focus, plan, same strategy, I guess, of collaboration. But I've had a harder time building that collective knowledge again. It's like ripping up an English garden and trying to rebuild. So what is going to happen, or what I think is going to happen, is that a new garden is going to evolve. As long as I keep those same principles in place, it's you're safe to go run off and find an idea. As long as somebody's going to benefit, let's do it. And now with tenure, it becomes a little easier because you don't have to worry about your job depending on it. So my strategy is probably much better for post-tenure, but it got me tenure because so many people were like, yeah, it's great. We need him, so. But building it, I think it has to evolve from the people you work with to build that mentality on their own and go out and find their own things. Because otherwise my one-track brain is going to eventually, as I get older, my ideas just,
Right.
narrow out. But I don't have that quite here yet, where I have to say, no, check it out. This is why this is important. You give the bigger context.